Durst, the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Oh, Durst the worst.
Durst is the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst. Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Durst the worst.
Ringing endorsement for diversity, if true. House Democrat introduces legislation to end free speech for white people. Damn! So this like Blake, Donkey Kong resembling E.T. resembling, you know what I'm saying, person. Person of watermelon and fried chicken. House Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas is introducing legislation that would end free speech for white people in the United States. The representative wants us to define, quote, hate speech that only white people can be charged with. In her, quote, Leading Against White Supremacy Act of 2023, which clearly suggests that this bill only applies to white people would not be allowed to ask questions about open borders, criticize minorities, or advocate for preserving American culture. So, yeah, for all the boomers out there, show this video to a fucking boomer that, you know, they waste resources, like a boomer cuckervative who wastes resources trying to appeal to Blake people who vote 95% Democrat. You know, we're going to get black people to vote Republican by trying to bribe them with fucking school choice vouchers, okay? It's stuff like that. You know, that's the reason why there wasn't a fucking red wave. It's because Republicans are on that shit, okay? Show them this, all right? Show them this as a reason why things like Democrats are the real racists, MLK was a Republican. None of that is, well, first of all, none of that's true, but none of that works politically, okay? Because now we have shit like this. Where was I? White people would not be able... You're right. Under legislation proposed by Jackson Lee, a white person could face federal imprisonment for simply posting online about the impact of open borders immigration on American culture, similar to what is happening in some far-left European countries where the government targets its own citizens. That is absolutely true. If you look at Germany, if you look at the UK in general, I think the vast majority of newborn babies are non-white, right? And there are classrooms where the vast majority of students are non-white. How the hell is that Germany? How the hell is that Ireland? How the hell is that Scotland? How the hell is that England? Right? You're replacing yourselves. And they aren't even allowed legally to discuss that stuff. They get a malicious communications ticket, I believe it's called in the UK. Either it's a ticket or imprisonment. So they're working on that in the even further into the West, in the United States. The next few election cycles are going to be a bumpy ride, folks, if they haven't already been for a lot of people. Quote, a person engaged in white supremacy-inspired hate crime when white supreme ideology has motivated the planning, development, preparation, or perpetration of actions that constituted a crime or were undertaken in furtherance of activity that, if effectuated... Oh my god, dude. Systematic effectuation of the supreme white... The supreme white supreme pizzas of the institutionalized racisms of the systematic systemization of the white man. You know what I'm saying? That if effectuated would have constituted a crime. The bill from Jackson Lee reads, wowzers, dude. So from the National File, under Jackson Lee's legislation, if federal investigators determine that the web postings of a third party had, quote, inspired someone else, even someone they don't know, to commit a federal hate crime, that person would be arrested and federally charged with a hate crime of their own. That is such fucking bullshit, dude. And I would like to say that our Constitution protects against such stuff, but that's like big time in theory. You know what I mean? Like that's a big time. I mean, dude, at this point, your Constitution, boomer, is some big nose, small hats ass wipe, dude. I mean, that's what your Constitution is. That's really what it is. If the main right wing, quote unquote, party in the United States is celebrating Martin Luther King, even at this point when it's been widely shown that he was a serial adulterer, right? He was a communist. He was a globalist. Right, he supported reparations for Blakes. All of his surviving colleagues and relatives support BLM riots. Like, the list goes on. If the main, quote-unquote, right-wing party in this country is going to act like that, no wonder we have shit like this coming out. Right? This is probably going to happen eventually. If not today, if not tomorrow, somewhere down the line. So this is why you don't support any form of immigration or, like, push to integrate non-Western people into the West, because you're just going to import the third world and become the third world. So specifically, Jackson Lee targets Americans who are in favor of border security, calling out, quote, replacement theory by name, an ideology that holds that open borders and mass migration into the Western world are part of a deliberate effort to, quote, replace white people in their native lands. No lie detected. I mean, the left fucking, they pulled up, the celebration parallax. It's not happening, but it is happening, and it's good that it's happening. You don't like that it's happening? Oh, you're a bigot. Let's celebrate that it's happening. Oh, by the way, it's not happening, right? The celebration parallax. It's not happening, but it's good that it's happening. You're a bigot for opposing that it's happening. So yeah, progressives do nothing but lie, and cuckervatives engage in their lie and espouse half lies, half truths. So we have a really messy dialectic on our hands that's fake and gay. So as the legislation explains, two people could be charged in relation to the same lone wolf style attack if, quote, at least one of them published material advancing white supremacy, white supreme ideology, antagonism based on, quote, replacement theory or hate speech that vilifies or is otherwise directed against any non-white person or group, even if they don't know each other, especially if the material was published on a social media platform. So basically, if you're anywhere near right of center or right of right and you're white at all, you are in trouble. I mean, look at this. So again, to the boomers that say that race doesn't matter, they oscillate between saying race doesn't matter, but like poor black people on the black plantation, their democratic black plantation, and then they tell white people not to care about race. Let them know that this is happening and stuff like this. I mean, this is fucking stupid and disgraceful. Our country is a joke. So enjoy the fucking decline.
When there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're gay. When there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. 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 You're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're gay. Then there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. 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 You're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're really fucking gay. And there's nothing left to say, if you watch football, you're gay. If you watch football, you're really fucking gay. If there's this sickness, fire, let me go to war. Trust me, you really feel you're really fucking gay.